Croatia is known for its extensive coastline, but their capital and largest city is a long way inland. It's called Zagreb. Here are the stadiums and arenas of Zagreb. Starting off with Arena Zagreb, a venue with a very unusual exterior that is somewhat reminiscent of a ribcage. However, unlike a regular ribcage, it is made from reinforced concrete and is supporting the weight of an arena roof. Inside there are no internal organs, in fact the design is conventional by comparison, with a symmetrical bowl comprised of 2 tiers of seating, as well as a little bit of terracing thrown in for good measure. As you can see, the arena mainly hosts handball and ice hockey. Personally, I think it makes sense to combine the two sports to save money. You know, just melt the ice, take away their sticks, and use a ball rather than a puck. Oh yeah, that's called water polo, which is another sport that's quite popular in former Yugoslavia. Stadium Maksimir is the largest stadium in the city, despite the fact that its capacities had to be reduced due to damage caused by an earthquake. I guess you could say it was good timing, because the earthquake occurred in March of 2020, just as stadium capacities were becoming irrelevant. This stand here is the one that can no longer be used. Stadium Maksimir is said to be demolished, and Dinamo Zagreb have been looking to build an entirely new stadium on the same site. They were actually planning on that before the earthquake occurred, as this isn't even a rectangular stadium. And Croatia's biggest football club should probably play at a ground that was purpose-built for football. Next door is Stadion Kranjceviceva, which is where the youth and reserve teams play. As strange as it seems, the spectator amenities here are arguably better than they are at Stadium Maksimir, because they have cleverly used the western stand at the big stadium to act as a roof at the small stadium. But yeah, that's about all it has over its big brother though. Bosko Hall. Considering what this place looks like from outside, perhaps Bosko Box would have been a better name. It also rolls right off the tongue. It's not all that more complex on the inside either. However, they have made up for that with a vibrant colour scheme. There's blue, maroon, a sort of Tiffany blue, but more green. What I'm trying to say is it's basically an NBA standard venue, if you disregard its lack of features and quality. Košarkaški Center, Drazen Petrovic. This is another basketball venue, as a few of you may have picked up on from the name. Petrovic was a Sportova Zagreb player who also went on to play in the NBA. He sadly passed away at just 28 in a car accident just a few years after this place opened. It is a rather nice arena to have named in your honour. My favourite aspect would have to be the skylight up top, that is akin to the Pantheon in Rome, although this one only lets in light and not the rain. That will sort of defeat the purpose of a roof. That's one of the main reasons that ancient Romans didn't play basketball, the other being that neither Spalding or Wilson existed yet. Stadion Kranjceviceva. You may have noticed that there's a track around the field. What you may not have noticed is that it's actually a velodrome, you know, for cycling. I can't imagine it gets much use anymore. However, I suppose it does add a little bit of character to the ground, as does this rainbow. If only it were a permanent fixture. Much like Dinamo Zagreb, these guys are not happy with anything less than the stadium that's designed for football and football only. So they too are looking to build a new stadium on the same site. Looks decent. Dom Sportova. That name, in case you were wondering, means House of Sports. Nice name. When it comes to video boards, you usually see either center-hung video boards or ones that are mounted to a wall at the end. Well, this place does have a center-hung board, but it's also got a bit of a combination of the two types. An end-hung video board. Oh, looks like someone's left their beer bottle lying around. I don't blame them for littering though, they obviously died after drinking all that beer. Stadion NSC Stjepan Spajic is probably lucky to be featured in this video, but apparently the capacity is 5,000, so it makes the cut. It consists of one small permanent stand, and the rest of the capacity is coming from temporary stands as well as just people standing around the field, I guess. Not much else to say. So there you have it. We certainly ended on a low note. But there were some interesting venues in the city, and in 5 years' time there'll be some new ones as well. Consider subscribing if you're new around here, and as always, thanks for watching, have a good one.